All right, let's dive in. Today we're going to explore some of life's deepest questions, but we're going to do it using some truly ancient wisdom from Buddhist teachings. We'll look at a framework that helps explain why we so often feel, well, stuck, and more importantly, how we can find a real path forward.
So let me just start by asking you this. Do you ever get that feeling that you're just stuck in a loop? Chasing after the same things, hitting the same walls, feeling the same kind of joy and the same kind of disappointment, just over and over again. It's a feeling I think we all know. And believe it or not, that very feeling is the starting point for this whole philosophy.
And you know what? That feeling of being stuck in a loop, it's not just in your head. In Buddhist philosophy, this is the central problem of existence. It's a real cycle, and it has a name, samsara. But what does that actually mean for us?
Samsara is this constant, endless cycle of birth, death, and then rebirth. And what drives it? Our actions. And, this is the key, our desires. Now, the point here isn't to just throw up your hands and say, oh, well, guess I'm stuck. No. The whole idea is to understand it. Because once you understand why the wheel is spinning, you finally have a chance to step off.
So that leads us to the next pretty logical question, right? If we're on this cosmic merry-go-round, what's the engine? What's the fuel that's actually keeping this whole thing turning, life after life?
The answer that these teachings give is incredibly direct, almost shockingly simple. Desire is the cause. It's all our wanting, our craving, our clinging to things, and even our pushing things away. That constant state of attachment is what literally binds us to the wheel.
Now, desire is a pretty big word. It can feel a little vague. So the teachings get specific. They point to 5 primary drivers. Just look at this list: wealth, lust, fame, food, and, yep, even sleep. And these are not just little wants. They are powerful, primal forces. Just think about your own day-to-day life. How much of our energy goes into chasing one of these? They really are the engines of the loop. So this leaves us with a really clear choice. 2 different mindsets we can adopt. We can stay in the loop, where we're just stuck in our desires, constantly chasing the next high and running from the next low. That's a guaranteed recipe for repetition. Or we can choose the path. That's where we work to understand desire, where we seek balance instead of extremes, and where we learn to accept that everything changes. One is a cycle, the other is a doorway to freedom. Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem, we're in a loop. We found the cause, it's desire, so now we get to the most important part, the solution. How do we actually break the cycle? Well, the teachings don't just leave us hanging. They lay out a very clear path. The path to liberation really has 3 main steps. First, you have to set your inner compass. That means developing a new mindset called bodhicitta. Second, you have to actually walk the path, which means committing to a daily practice. And third, the ultimate goal is to realize the true nature of reality, which is sometimes called emptiness. Let's break those down.
So, what on earth is bodhicitta? It's a total game changer for your motivation. It's this incredibly powerful, selfless wish to not just free yourself from the loop, but to achieve enlightenment so you can help everybody else get free too. Suddenly, your journey isn't just about you anymore. It's about all of us. And that becomes your ultimate reason for doing the work. And that brings us to the actual doing, the daily practice. The whole goal of something like meditation is to cultivate a mind that is so incredibly still it becomes free. I love this line from the teachings. It makes it so clear. When the breath is still, the mind is still. And that profound quiet, away from all the noise of wanting, that's where you find freedom.
Okay, this all sounds pretty big, pretty profound, right? But what does it have to do with paying bills and sitting in traffic? How does this ancient wisdom actually work in the 21st century? Let's bring it all down to earth and see how it applies to the challenges we're facing right now.
Let's get really practical here. Is sitting on your couch and binge watching an entire season of your favorite show some kind of terrible sin that's gonna keep you trapped in the loop forever? Well, according to this way of thinking, the answer is a lot more interesting than just a simple yes or no.
The teachings use this amazing analogy. Think of it like tuning a guitar or a zither. If you tighten the string too much, what happens? It snaps. But if it's too loose, it won't make a sound. It has to be just right. It's the same with life.
The problem isn't enjoying a show. The problem is the obsessive, out-of-control indulgence that throws our whole life out of balance. It's all about finding that middle way.
And you can apply this balanced middle way approach to pretty much all of our biggest anxieties. If you're afraid of death, your daily practice, your daily mindful actions become the absolute best preparation. If you're feeling totally overwhelmed by life, the practice is to find that stillness, that no thought, right in the middle of the storm. And if you're carrying around guilt for things you've done, the way forward is sincere repentance and practices that help clear the slate.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, haven't we? We've gone from reincarnation all the way to binge watching. But if there's just one single idea to take away from all this, one thing that you really carry with you after this is all over, what would it be?
It's this, right here. Your everyday actions are the best preparation. What you think, what you say, what you do, moment to moment, that is the practice. There's no separate spiritual life over here and real life over there. It's all one thing. Your life right now, today, is the training ground.
And this all leads to a really crucial, powerful realization. When it's all said and done, you cannot take your money with you. You can't take your job title or your social media following, none of it. The only thing that is truly 100% yours, the only thing you carry over is your karma. So what is karma really? It's not some cosmic reward and punishment system. It's simpler than that. It's the sum total of your actions and their consequences. It's the web of causes and effects that you yourself create. I love this way of putting it. Karma is the only luggage you get to take with you on the journey.
So I'll leave you with one last really powerful thought from these teachings. They say that this life we're living is ultimately like a dream. And if that's true, it leaves us with a pretty profound question to ponder, doesn't it? What kind of dream will you choose to create? Thanks for joining me.